Hey, how are you doing today?
Hi, Andy.
I'm Trent. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet
Thank
you
you for
too.
taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to meet with me. Brad told me this is one of those busiest times of the year.
It's very busy for us, but I mean, anything that we think could help our business. So.
Gotcha. Well, I know you only have 20 minutes, so I'm gonna kind of not try to take your time up just with it being y'all's busiest season, but so kind of how I stumbled upon y'all. I've been, I work with the Netsuite, been there for a year now. Kind of, we've been looking at, smaller, mid-sized businesses and companies kind of like implement our software with, and I stumbled across yours and, just looked at it and I thought maybe we could really help y'all out in some ways. And so kind of, I know you're a moving company, y'all have a lot of utilities, but I was wondering if maybe you could give me kind of a little bit of background or issues y'all are kind of having right now.
Yeah, sure. So we're pretty small and hoping that we'll grow, but right now we've got about 26 employees total. So we do our service mostly in the local area, and I guess the problems we're having is just dealing with starting and all that comes with starting a business, learning from all of our mistakes, and figuring out how to best serve our customers. That's what we want at the end of the day.
Gotcha. And I'm sorry, do you care if I take notes along this?
No, go for it.
Alright, so one thing I've noticed, y'all have a lot of other utilities and resources than other moving companies. Like, you offer staging,
offer a lot of services.
Storage, you bring supplies if they need it, which that's awesome. Do y'all have a way to track how well every single one is doing?
Not really. I mean, I pretty much know all of my employees very well and I trust them, so I'll follow up with them after every move, but, I kind of let them do their thing while I'm here.
Have y'all had any, I know you said you're a very small business, still 26 employees. Do you ever feel like maybe that's a little bit understaffed, especially during these busy times, or maybe not as well to meet the demand of the busier times?
Yeah, I guess sometimes I feel like we maybe don't have enough. People will call and we'll already be booked, and I wish we could take another job, but I also feel like I don't have the resources to manage any larger of a company than I do right now. So.
And do y'all? I was kind of noticed when I looked when I found y'all from the website I looked y'all up on. Do y'all have y'all's own website though? Because I kind of just mostly got phone numbers from like Yellow Pages and stuff.
Yeah, we have sort of a Facebook page. I say sort of because no one's really operating it. It's just our contact information, and we don't really have any followers, so I don't know how effective that is, but we've just been so focused on logistics and word of mouth that we haven't really had much time to devote to marketing.
How do y'all get most of y'all's customer base?
Well, we started word of mouth, just friends and family kind of spreading the word, and then also a little bit of cold calling.
Gotcha.
Being in a college town, we do service a lot of college students, and I feel like that's probably our biggest customer base.
Most mom and dads don't want to help move in their kids; they'd rather pay for it.
Right, I know mine didn't.
But kind of go back to some of the other utilities that y'all offer. How do you keep track of the items that you keep in storage for your customers?
Honestly, we don't really keep track of it because we just get them from the customers and lock them up and don't really look at it again. So we don't really worry about it getting taken or anything like that.
Gotcha. And then just with it being a moving company and y'all are very mobile and on the road the entire time, do you ever feel like it's hard to maybe keep track of your drivers and your packers, or if you're on the road yourself, do you feel like it's hard to kind of run the business until you get from point A to point B?
Yeah, that is definitely an issue that we face because I really can only do most of my work in the office, but I do have my drivers call me when they get to a location and just let me know when they finish the job, but that's pretty much just all over text or a phone call, and sometimes they do forget, but we try not to encourage the use of the phone while they're driving, so can't really hear from them when they're en route.
Do you mind if I give kind of all that stuff, I'm kind of taken away from it, y'all want to, do you think it might be useful, let's say some of your loaders and packers aren't being the most efficient with your customer base, but you like you said, though, you can only really call them or text them, and you don't encourage phone use. Do you think that could hinder your company if like they're not doing what they tell you they are?
Yeah, I mean that would be definitely a huge disadvantage if they're supposed to be unloading in an hour and it takes 7 hours.
Or they showed like maybe an hour later or anything?
Yeah, that would definitely be a disadvantage. I mean, I trust them, and I think they're they're pretty much doing what they're told, but I don't really keep that close of tabs on them.
And do you think right now with y'all's current ad campaign that y'all are really reaching the amount of customers that y'all really could reach if y'all maybe did have a website or different kind of
No,
online
we're
ads?
definitely not reaching the amount of customers I would like, but I guess I'm just kind of overwhelmed with everything right now because this is the busy season, because we're just starting. It's, trying to think about putting ads out and getting more customers is just a little scary.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to like try to manage a lot of different things, especially during the busy seasons. But do you think that maybe because y'all are trying to more focus on repeat customers, especially with the services you provide?
Absolutely.
Do you think if a customer calls and do y'all have a way to keep track of your customers?
We don't really. I mean, we write things down. We keep like paper files. We have all of our customers fill out a form, and so we keep track of it that way. But I guess that's sort of old-fashioned and
Do you
maybe not that efficient.
Do you think if a customer calls you to like provide do another service, like let's say y'all moved into a house and then 2 months later they decide they want to stage and like remove everything in their house in a new setup? Do you think it would look bad if your customer service team didn't remember who they were?
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
I would hope that they would remember because we are so small, but
just it'd be hard to get up and then to like make them on hold, go find their file, read it over again, and definitely could be. Do you think like that could like hinder with that customer? Like, do you think they'd want to come back again, or?
I mean, I guess I don't know how much it would hinder, but it definitely would help to have. I mean, it kind of hurt to have, be more on top of our customers and know exactly what happened last time we served them.
And then also too, with you saying y'all are very on the road a lot and you're able not to really get most of your work done while you're on the road. What if a situation occurs, but you can't handle anything because I have to wait till you get back to the office or back home or something? Do you think maybe down the road that could lead to bigger issues if, let's say, one of your drivers like drops like a precious family antique, like you don't know about it till like 2 or 3 hours later?
Yeah, that would definitely be a problem because I don't know that they're equipped to handle that kind of a situation. So I definitely would want to be on the site as soon as possible.
Kind of, definitely I would think the quicker we live in a society where people want things now, so
yeah, exactly.
Definitely be better to get things on the road. But kind of from the stuff you've told me, do you think that I think NetSuite would honestly be very beneficial for your company, just with the customer tracking, the mobility of your company and everything. So some of the things with NetSuite, with your marketing on point with that, NetSuite has this ability to have templates of already pre-made websites, ads, flyers, whatever you would want, and then basically you go in there and just like add your company's name and everything, and add like times, locations, dates, how to get in touch with y'all. Do you think that'd be beneficial for your marketing team? Because I know you said you only have about 3 sales reps right now.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be beneficial. I would really like to have basically a program to do the marketing for me. I mean, we kind of need that to move forward from where we are today. That's the only way we're going to get our name out there.
And kind of like you said earlier, you're not really getting the amount of customers you want. With this ad campaign, it tracks how well the consumers are responding to the ads in the marketing campaign. So if you do one thing and people aren't responding to it as well, you can change it immediately to something else that they maybe would like to respond to. And then also the NetSuite also tracks and like kind of gives you an estimation of what they think or what the software thinks will be the most beneficial campaign to do.
I never would have thought of that.
No, it does. It's amazing.
Do you think you could show me a little bit more about the app?
Yes. So I'm glad you brought that up. So NetSuite has an app that basically correlates with the software that you have in your company. So while you're on the road, you can immediately look at you know, who your customers are, what's going on. Like, do you have a move today? Did your driver show up on time? Did they stay too long? Did they get everything done? And then you can see immediately how your customers reacted on it, all from your phone while you're doing anything. And it's also, this app can be downloaded by anyone in your company. Any manager can use it. Any driver can use it. It's very easy to operate and everything. And it's just basically the entire computer on your phone.
Great. So how does that work for the customers? How do they use it?
The customers don't really use the app. It's more based on the management team.
Okay.
But the customers, how it does relate to them though, is that it tracks all of your customers.
Okay.
And it'll tell you, you know, where they're satisfied, where they aren't satisfied. It tracks, you know, where they're putting most of, like, which services they're most using right now, which ones this proceeds down the road being having the most output of money and the most profitable. And then also too, relating to your customer service team, it tries out all these customers. So, you know, let's say you get a phone call from Amy Johnson. You know, your sales rep or your customer service agent is just like sitting on a computer, immediately looks up Amy Johnson, has every file already pulled up of anything that she's ever done with y'all's company.
Okay.
And, you know, she looks on there, she sees what service she's probably going to want already. She already sees where she lives. She sees, like, things she's been satisfied in the past, and, like, she's going to just talk with her and, like, just let her have a better experience. It's just more efficient and definitely
really
leads,
personalized.
Yeah. And it definitely leads to a greater experience for everyone as a whole because it's just a lot easier.
Okay.
And then also too, I know we talked about before how busy it is and how probably you don't, you know, like maybe one of your setbacks is, you know, like, do we have time to train these customers? Is it going to be difficult? Training is actually a cinch. Like, we normally teach it to like big 100 group companies of our management team in 2 days.
Oh wow! So for us, it might even be shorter than that.
Might even be shorter with just 26 people. But also too, we'll probably put an agent on staff with y'all for the week, you know, just to be there to answer any questions, or if something does go wrong, that they can be there immediately to help.
That's great. Most of my employees are pretty young, so I feel like they pick up on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we ever had problems with it afterwards, could we call you?
Of course, I will definitely be available. Most of the people who work for us right now are younger, you know, being able to stay up later. We can answer calls mostly 24/7.
Okay.
And then I'll always be on staff. I'll probably be the one who would come and train y'all most likely if that did happen.
That would be great.
Yeah, but.
Well, I mean, all of this sounds awesome, but I know it's going to come with a price. So could you kind of give me a ballpark about what we would be looking at?
NetSuite definitely, you know, it's definitely nothing that's unreasonable, but it also depends on which services that you want. Because we offer so many, we have definitely different types of ones, so the price will vary depending on which service you want to provide, but most of it will be probably around maybe 600 to 700. It can be more depending on if you want more services. It can be less depending on if you want less services.
And is that a monthly fee or?
It's a yearly fee.
Yearly fee. Okay.
So definitely nothing out of the ballpark. And then there's maybe, you know, and then something does ever go wrong, you know, we'll come here free to fix it for you in case there's any technical difficulties with your software installed.
Is there any kind of contract lock-in where we would be required to, you know, pay you for 5 years, or can we cancel at any time?
There's a contract. We do it year by year.
Okay.
So it's mostly finishing the year up, which normally within that year though, we try to be able to help with anything that does arise, so that you'll want to renew in the next year.
Okay.
But what is it going to take to be able to, you know, implement this into y'all's company?
Honestly, it all sounds really great, and I would really like to have it in our company. I'm gonna want to think about it overnight and just okay it with, you know, our accounting system and look at all of that. But what if we set up a time to talk again after I've looked over the prices and everything?
Would next Tuesday be reasonable? Let's say maybe the same time?
Tuesday would be fine.
All right, we'll put that down. All right, do you have any more questions for me or anything else?
I don't think so, but if I do, I might give you a call just as I'm looking over the pricing and all of your benefits and everything.
And then I will leave my number and all my information with your secretary.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you too.